All right, Michael here, and we are here to give you the updates from the latest on the National Weather Service and what Hurricane Erin is doing towards our area and how it is impacting the east coast of the United States. We already have those tropical storm warnings, and Erin right now is close to the Carolinas, as it seems right now. And those tropical storm warnings will be impacting that area, those winds, not necessarily a direct hit from the hurricane, but those winds will pack a bit of a punch. And here we have from the National Hurricane Center, we have that 60% chance of cyclone formation in the next 7 days. And we also have another area of concern. This was, I think, a 20%, but now is a 40%. So this is disturbance number two from the National Hurricane Center. That was as of 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So after Aaron is gone, we do have some areas that we have to watch for the United States and the East Coast as it is a threat. And we are at the peak of hurricane season now. We've entered. Here is from the National Weather Services. As you can see in those waters, we have those hurricane warnings. And on the water of the East Coast, we do have those tropical storm warnings that goes all the way from the waters of South Carolina near there all the way up to the New England. And some of those tropical weather statements do include the Canada area. Also, overall, we do have those heat warnings and probably those heat watches. We do have those flood, and we do have that flash flood warning for Northern Carolina, North Carolina. And if we zoom in here to North Carolina, the eastern North Carolina, the Outer Banks area, we are able to see that those tropical storm warnings are up there. Those are for areas, even all the way to that river that goes into Jacksonville there. Outer Banks under tropical storm warning. And then it does seem like we have, I think maybe there's some mainland counties, if I'm not mistaken, unless they have dropped those, but those are the tropical storm warning. So these are expecting gusts up to 40 knots and very rough waters. That's going to be the coastal areas, Surf City, and all of those Outer Bank locations. Also, importantly, it does seem that we have that storm surge warning. So that is 2 to 4 feet above normal areas. So that is going to be some high waves. The beaches are probably closed right now. I do know that I believe one or even more of the school districts have closed in this area, and areas over this have been evacuated as well in the Outer Banks region islands. Also, you do want to remember with that storm surge warning, some of these roads will be impassable and not able to go through due to the water rising on the coast. Not just North Carolina, we are seeing those problems even in the Delmarva region. Those areas are going to include, so as you can see there, southern Delaware is under that tropical storm warning, and those waters there are under that tropical storm warning too. So expect those winds to pick up throughout today and possibly I believe those continue into tomorrow. The storm is expected, I think, from the National Weather Service. I think it may be expected to go to a three, if not maintains that too, but it is in that threshold, and it is expected to make that curve. Some models, from my understanding, have been shifting towards the west a little bit, but as the National Hurricane has said, we are not expecting a direct landfall into the U.S. mainland. And we're going to open up this forecast from the National Weather Service in Wakefield, Virginia, sourced from them. The hurricane is expected to approach offshore off the area around Thursday, and then you do have those gusty winds. Those watch out for those rip currents too. Those rip currents are a problem. Also expect flooding. Of course, coastal flood advisories and warnings have been put up the East Coast. You also have the chance of beach erosion, which will cause problems with the roadways as well. And as you can see here, we do have the Facebook page from the National Weather Service in Wakefield, Virginia. So we do have those concerns for the beaches and more, the erosions as well. Also dangerous. Those surf conditions could get rough waves at time. Also around the Chesapeake Bay area, we are seeing expecting all of these areas really wind gusts, as you can see there, 40 to 50 miles per hour, and that will be close to the shore. Now, back down to the southeast, we are going to look at some future model runs after that weekend, after Erin is over. Now, when you see these models, I want everyone to make sure that you know that these are not the exact models that these are not the exact tracks, I would say, of these storms. I don't want anybody to get ramped up and anybody to say, oh, this storm's going to hit me in Florida or this storm's going to hit me. These are just simply model runs. We're still trying to gather that information. We're also trying to get even just a storm or even a cone as the National Weather Service tries to build that data as we continue to keep looking at these storm and these members continue to keep showing what could possibly happen as we get into our next coming days. Now, as you can see around Saturday, we do have that rain ramp up around the south, around Georgia. That is going to be the Carolinas as well. Now, we do have a portion of this. Let's scroll that down so you can see Florida down there. Rain, the northern Florida, Alabama area. So a lot of the south is getting rain, and we continue to go with those models, and we continue to keep on moving through these models. And right now, as the model runs keep going, we necessarily, like as we can see down there by Texas, it seems that a storm does end up stirring up right there and going towards Mexico, not even Texas all the way, bringing Texas a patch. Now, that is the GFS model run. Now we go to the European model run. As you can see, you have Hurricane Erin right there. Hurricane Erin leaves the area right then and there. And as these model runs keep continuing to go on, we continue to see that we have rain developing in the area, and then rain just keeps on developing. And with the European model, we keep tracking and tracking, and the model runs continue to go on. And it seems that not like the GFS model, we did not get that low pressure, possibly a hurricane right there. We did not get that model run. So these model runs are still a little bit all over the place, and we're trying to gather information. Those are the latest model runs, so we could get differences coming up after that, or even before we did this model run, we could see those change. And right there, we are going to end the video, as you can see there. Also, if it goes into Mexico, I know some of you guys, and I'm not sure the screen may have blocked out that area, but that area that I did say at that given time that goes to Mexico, there was a bit of a storm there. It may have shown up on your screen there in some areas, but that is that low pressure. But this video is going to have to end here. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Also share the video if you like, and have a wonderful day, guys.